Sound off in the beginning, we ain't losing, we back to winning. Hometown love been repping from the start. Nothing but niners, red and gold in my heart. And we
Yeah, what's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, man. And this is my first time on in a long time. I've had a lot going on in my personal life, but I'm not here to talk about any of that. I want to talk some 49ers. So joining me tonight, I got my man right here, Ali. What's going on, baby? How you doing, man?
What up, Mike? How you doing, man? It's been a while. Glad to be joining you back again. It is officially football season. It's exciting. It's all the feels, man. I know I use that a lot, but it's awesome, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Look, man, the pads are back on. Guys are hitting. Guys are smacking each other around. We're not just playing catch. We're not just playing, flag football out in the field somewhere. The pads are on. The pads are doing the talking. We're separating the men from the boys. And that's what we're here to talk about tonight. Now, by the way, Nick is here. He's going to be popping in and out. So if you guys see Nick popping in over there, he is definitely with us tonight. All right, he's going to be representing. But I want to do this, man. There he is. What's going on, Nick?
What's going on, Faithfuls? What's up, Mike? What's up, Ali?
Not much, man. I'm just ready to talk some 49ers, man. I want to do like a quick 20-minute show. I don't want to be on here for too long. I won't take up too much time or anything. But let's talk about some of the stuff that's been going down in 49ers land. The first thing I want to talk about, though, is the freaking running back competition. Carlos Hyde and Tim Hightower, the guy who I said isn't going to make the team. Tim Hightower is splitting reps with the first team with Carlos Hyde. Let's talk about it. Nick, I know you're excited about that because you think you're going to get some drinks out of this deal. What's up, man?
Look,
Hightower, why is he in there?
Because, man, he's a veteran. He knows this system. He said it the other day in his presser. He said, I had to come back under Kyle Shanahan because I felt like there was unfinished business. Because he got injured, then ended with Washington, and ended up going with being out because of a back injury, then moving and going to New Orleans, and then he did his thing. And Kyle Shanahan wanted to bring him back that 1 year, but they just couldn't come up with terms. And I told you before, man, this veteran preference, and so it's not just because of being a vet either. It's all about every report that comes out says that Hightower looks extremely good. So, extremely good. He's keeping Carlos on his heels. But Carlos is running with some anger as well.
Oh yeah, and that's what I wanted to talk about too, man. Ali, have you been reading the reports? Have you seen what Carlos Hyde's been doing these last two padded practices to these damn cornerbacks, man? Have you seen what he's doing to these corners, man? Come on.
He trucked Akello.
Yeah, and then
he flexed after.
And then he flexed on him afterwards, man. Like that's what I'm talking about. Elvis Dumerville said it, man. He said, when training camp comes around and we get the pads on, we're going to separate the men from the t-shirt guys. You know what I mean? And listen, I'll be damned if that's not what's going on. You know what I mean? I love reading that the competition is going specifically at the running back one position. That's going to make sure that Carlos Hyde isn't thinking he's going to be given this spot. So, Ali.
Listen, when you throw pads on Carlos Hyde, that's a different human being right there.
Absolutely.
He is slimmed down. He is in shape that nobody has seen him in since ever in his career. I am really excited to see what Hyde can do here. And the thing that I think is pushing Hyde the most is all this chatter and stuff about, oh, this running back is in here. We got Hightower, we got Breda, we got Williams. They're like, oh, people have said all offseason, Hyde's spot might be in jeopardy. People are going to take away Hyde. He's come in early in training camp, and he's shown everyone that, listen, I'm here to play, and I'm here to stay.
Hell yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? Iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel. That's what the expression is. But look, when you start an off season, one, you're coming off of an injury. you're always injured. 2, you hear about a Shanahan going out and grabbing one of these running backs that they're famous for making famous. You know what I mean? Then you get the veteran coming in there, Tim Hightower. He's got fresh legs because he's been out of the league for a while. He's ready to run all over, and he's familiar with the system. All of a sudden, you're thinking, man, everybody's against me. It's time for me to step up to the plate. And that's exactly what Carlos Hyde is going through right now. But he's letting his pass do the talking. I don't know if they're splitting reps because they want to push him or if they want to let Carlos Hyde see how certain things should be done. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm reading a lot of stuff. Grant Cohn in particular, he puts out his the good and the bad from training camp days. And one of the things that he was talking about is how Carlos Hyde, after the hole isn't there, instead of just going forward and taking whatever he can get, he likes to retreat and run parallel with the line of scrimmage, and then he ends up taking a loss. And that's something that he showed Hightower was not doing. So, I mean, I know that was just one example, but it goes to show you that there is a difference about what's going on and how things are happening. But it's a competition that I'm really liking, and I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to stick to my guns, and this is what my whole point is going to be here.
You're muted, Mike.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. If Carlos Hyde and Tim Hightower are fighting for the #1 spot, and if by chance Carlos Hyde beats out Tim Hightower, which I think he will, there is still no need for Hightower to be on this roster. So I'm going to stick to my guns and say that it's not because of his ability to play. It's going to be because there's going to be no space for him on this roster. I'm going to hold my grounds. Nick, you got anything you want to add to that? Here, you typing like a madman over there. You're muted. I got to unmute you.
How do you think, while Nick is working that out, how do you think Hyde's gonna fit in this scheme? Because he's never been in a scheme like this before. You know what I mean? And how do you think he will work in this scheme? And do you think this suits a back of his style and of his type to play in this up tempo? Not up tempo is the wrong word to use for that. In this in Shanny's scheme.
Yeah, no, I completely understand what you're saying. Listen, I do think this is going to fit what Carlos Hyde is and what he does, because a lot of people think of Carlos Hyde and they think of someone who's just going to run people over. Listen, man, Carlos Hyde, if he knows there's a design hole, he's been playing these last 2 seasons with having to make a hole, with getting contact in the backfield, okay? Right now, when they snap the ball, there's going to be a hole to find, and then you have to commit to hitting it. Once he gets comfortable back there, and that's what training camp is for, by the way. Once he gets comfortable back there, Carlos Hyde is going to explode on the NFL like no other. And let's keep in mind this is a contract year for him too. He doesn't know if he's going to be back with the 49ers next season. He wants to make sure that everybody knows I can play in any style of offense you want me to be in. And not only can I play in it, I'm going to be the damn man when I step on the field. You know, that's exactly what he's going for here. It's a great question. Nick, your thoughts, man. Talk to me, buddy.
Look, man, Carlos Hyde is going to run with a vengeance. I've already said it this year. I think Carlos Hyde, if healthy, can stay healthy, he's going 1,300 to 1,500 rushing yards this year. I think he can kill it in this type of system, especially with a fullback in front of him. Look, I'm all about the Hyde train, man. You know, I'm definitely all about Hyde. I think him coming in thinner, you know, being more explosive and faster, as all players have said about him so far, I don't think he loses a starting gig. But I do think that this system may be a running back by committee type of thing with Hightower and Hyde. And that's not to make bads about Carlos Hyde, but that's to keep him healthy, keep him fresh, him and Hightower. So I still disagree with you. I still think Hightower makes this team this year. I'm going to stick to my guns as well. I still think he makes this team. I think that he's doing too much in camp as well. And I think the versatility of him being a good pass catching back out of the backfield will only complement Carlos Hyde. And I also believe that keeping a veteran preference around in case Carlos Hyde does go down is going to be big for this system as well. But the main reason is to give Carlos Hyde breathers, have somebody in there that can do the same type style back, run hard, run through tackles, and be able to run the outside with screens. So I'm going to disagree with you, and I still think Hightower makes this team.
You know, Nick, you bring up some really interesting points. If you guys don't remember, a while back I did a way too early 53, and I had Hightower missing it. I am starting to see your point there, Nick, on Hightower. I can kind of see where he will fit in the system. I said I would do another one 2 weeks into preseason. I may have to change that and rethink my stance on Hightower. He may be turning me. So that's really interesting there. And I don't want to spend too much more time on this because there's a lot of different other interesting topics to talk about. But you may be turning me on Hightower. You may be getting some free drinks there in Santa Clara when we head down for the game. So,
ain't happening, bro. Ain't happening, bro. I'm with you though.
Let's talk about these wide receivers.
Okay.
What do you guys think about with the position group so far? Like, what's who's the positives? Who's the negatives? I think they're doing work right now, and they're making our cornerbacks look worse than they actually are. What do you guys think, Mike?
Yeah, I got you, baby. Listen, man. Goodwin is going to be a beast this year, man. I can't say it enough, man. I was not on the train this hard. I thought Goodwin was going to come out and he was going to do his thing. But let me tell you, it seems like that connection with Goodwin and Hoyer, it's legit. Every single practice, we hear about a 60-yard bomb. Every practice. That tells me one thing, that Kyle Shanahan is going to take that shot at least twice a game. That's what that tells me. It might not hit, but what it's going to do is going to make the defenses respect what's going on the sidelines. You know what I mean? They're going to make sure that they're not just going to leave a one-on-one situation because they don't want Goodwin blowing by somebody. And they're reporting this much for a reason. Nick, go ahead. What's up, man? I know you want to say something. Give it to me.
Look, man, I've been saying this since we signed Marquise, that Buffalo never used him correctly, that he wasn't just a go route type guy like Torrey Smith was. And no pun intended against Torrey Smith. I like Torrey Smith, but this guy is smooth and crisp in his route running. If you watch these 49ers live camps that Joe Fan has been putting on, which let me give Joe Fan a shout out because he definitely has helped us out and gave us shout outs as well. But he's doing great work over there as always. But on these 49ers Camp Live feeds, man, the thing that's eating up the most with Rashard Robinson going against Goodwin is he doesn't know whether to play his speed or whether to play the route. And you can watch him. He gets into a full back pedal, ready to twist his hips and go straight downfield because he thinks Goodwin's going to do that. And all of a sudden he makes this crisp cut and goes across the middle for, a 10 and out or 10 and in, whatever, and is beating Robinson on these plays. So, I've said it from the beginning, man. Goodwin is a diamond in the rough, man. And I think he's not a number one receiver, so don't get me wrong here when I say this, but he is going to bring number one attributes to this team. As in, you're going to have to throw a safety over the top and cover him. You're going to have to double team him. And that's only going to open up for Garcon. That's going to open up for Curley or Taylor, whoever's in the slot, as well as Juszczyk and the running backs coming out of the backfield. Get on the Goodwin train, guys, because if you're not already, you're going to be missing out this year.
Absolutely. It's not just Goodwin either, though. My bad, Ali. I'm going to throw this right back to you. It's not just Goodwin, though, because Trent Taylor's doing his thing. However, he's not playing against the ones. But you still hear about Trent Taylor doing his thing and all the catches he was getting on day 2 of training camp. Garcon, as soon as the pads came on, he made Rashard Robinson his – I'm not going to say his bitch because that's Rashard Robinson. That's our guy. But he showed that, listen, man, you might have had me when we didn't have pads on because we couldn't make that physical contact. And everyone thinks that, as soon as the pads come on, the defenders, the corners get a benefit because now they can jam at the line. But no, also those receivers can get a little bit physical with you as well. And Garcon is that big body Anquan Bolden type that we're used to seeing, that physical guy that's going to go across the middle and not just take a hit, but he's also going to deliver one as well. And so I'm seeing a lot of things that are making me confident. Ali, I know you wanted to jump in here real quick. Let's go ahead before we wrap this section up. We're going to jump back on in a little bit. Ali, I know you wanted to do something. Go ahead. Let's do this.
Yeah. Flash Goodwin. He's living up to his nickname for sure. And Goodwin is looking right now like a better option. I know it's early than what Shanahan worked with in Atlanta with Taylor Gabriel. Am I wrong? Am I wrong here? I think
I'm not going to lie to you. Then again, I wasn't paying enough attention, so I can't say 100% sure. But there's a lot of hype around Goodwin right now that we weren't hearing about. The other guy in Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm really excited with what I've seen with him so far. I'm liking Victor Bourne. I'm loving Ellington. I'm like a lot of these receivers. They have what 13 receivers on the roster right now, and they added 2 more after who went down.
Johnson.
BJ
Johnson
went down.
Yeah.
So they could have added someone like a safety or someone, but they're adding receivers, which what says to you is that they want that competition to be fierce, and the best 5 to 6 guys are going to win that job. And that this receiving core is going to look night and day different than what we saw last year. We're actually going to have receivers that can be technical, run routes, be precise through their reads, what they're seeing, what the cornerback does, and what the safety does. Very exciting stuff. If you're a 49ers fan, very exciting stuff. Pierre Garcon looking really good, really good. Is showing Rashard Robinson. You cannot a second-year rookie cannot cover me, and not that Rashard is being completely outmatched, but not that Robinson is being completely outmatched, but Garcon has certainly got the better of him so far, from what it seems like. So this receiving core is nothing but positive, and I have high hopes for it. And I haven't even gone into Trent Taylor. Trent Taylor, one of Nick's favorites from the start, someone who is looking like everything that is leading up to expectations. He's been one of the better receivers through the first 5 days of camp. So there's so many different guys that are going to be interesting to look out for when we play Kansas City.
Even Juszczyk, the reports have coming out that he's catching anywhere from 2 to 4 balls a day for anything 15 to 20 yard gains on nothing. If anything, just 15 to 20 yard gains on 3 to 4 catches a practice. So, but the number one thing that we're sitting here talking about is these receivers, right? But without a quarterback, there are no receivers. So Brian Hoyer has been lighting it up, bro.
Hell yeah.
He's definitely been lighting it up. His throws have been on point. Some of these are just dimes, man. I watched one yesterday from training camp. It was a one-on-one. Yeah, you got plenty of time to throw the ball. But that back corner throw is one of the hardest throws to make in the NFL. And Hoyer was dropping these dimes to these receivers. The ball was leaving his hand before the receivers were even in the end zone and ending up perfectly in their hands at the back of the end zone. Not a reach, not a jump, perfectly in stride. I'm super excited about this year, man.
So let me just give a shout out to one of the people watching, Parrish Bradford. What's up, buddy? We see you there. He's saying if Goodwin gets his route running down, he can be very dangerous, and he's saying that he's really pulling for Victor Bolden. And he also said Hoyer for president.
Hoyer for president. Shit. I'm with it.
Let's talk about that, man. Listen, man.
a lot of people are really, really hating on Hoyer, man. And I'm not saying a lot of people, and I'm just talking about one or two people. A lot of people, it seems like they're so skeptical about Brian Hoyer because of his past, because of what he did previously, before getting here to San Francisco. Listen, I am seeing excitement from the beat writers about the quarterback position that I haven't seen in a very, very long time. I've been following the 49ers passionately. When I say passionately, I'm talking about every single roster move. I'm talking about every coaching transaction and all that. I've been following them passionately since 2010. Okay? I've been a Niners fan much longer than that. But since 2010, I have not seen this much excitement from the beat writers concerning a quarterback. I don't know what it is. Brian Hoyer is not the most athletic quarterback we've had. He might not even be the smartest quarterback we've ever had, but I'll be damned if he's not the perfect fit for this system and he has the ball rolling and he's got everything going on a very good, like a well-oiled basis here. You know what I mean? Are we locked in on Nick's camera?
No.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. But yeah, man, Brian Hoyer's doing his damn thing. I'm not going to say
I think you're locked in on my camera.
All right,
No,
well,
it's flipping back and forth. You're good.
Okay, good. We're good. We're good. It's bouncing. But yeah, man, I mean, listen, guys, this is some really good shit that's going on right now in the world of the 49ers, man. We've got a quarterback, we've got a wide receiving core that has improved 100 times over. All right. Think about this. Think about this, right? Last year, our starting wide receivers were Torrey Smith, he's gone, Quentin Patton, he's gone, and Jeremy Curley. Jeremy Curley was the best of those last year, and right now he's looking like receiver 3 in the slot. Think about that. Our best receiver is now receiver number 3. That's some shit that you can't make up.
The problem with all this, Mike, is everybody's looking at age, right? And thinking with Garcon, oh, he's old, he's not this. You know, the guy still balls out, right? We know what we're going to get from Garcon. You're going to get close to 1,000 yards, possibly over 1,000 yards every year.
You're going to get 1,000. You're going to get 1,000.
Right, and I'm just saying, I totally agree. But you're going to get 1,000 yards out of him. Everybody was skeptical about the Goodwin signing because they are thinking he was just a deep threat, a one-go route type guy. We've come to find out that he's not. Hoyer has praised him in what he's been doing. All the beat writers have praised him in what he's doing, and the media has been changing their mindset on this. So that's another good thing, right? Juszczyk, the way that he's catching the football, great addition to the team, whether it's out of the backfield from the tight end spot or just his blocking ability to help Carlos Hyde, Hightower, Breida, whoever's back there, right? So this team has definitely upgraded offensively, right? Mm-hmm. Last year we were a 14 to 17 point a game team, right? And that was with what we had, right? We had I don't want to say that we had piss poor quarterback play, but we didn't have great quarterback play like we've had in 2011, 2012 from Kaepernick, right? He started coming on late in the season. Not going to bash the guy because I'm just not going to do it. So Brian Hoyer is being determined from his past. I've sent out tweets numerous times, and my belief on this is you are not defined by your past. Your past doesn't define you. Your future does. What you do now, the accommodations you make and the change you make and the adaptations you take is what defines who you are. Brian Hoyer is not a bad quarterback, but has been bit by the injury bug. The injury bug has killed his seasons. If you go back and look at his play, he throws the ball good, throws the ball deep, and he's definitely going to be an upgrade this year. So I can't wait to see this